Good afternoon, I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer, and we're glad you're joining us. We got a great show for you today. I want to tell you a little bit of a little history about how this worked. The other day I did a blog, a video vlog on I'm sorry. Talking about how we overuse I'm sorry and we say I'm sorry when in fact we should just really speak the truth. And then this young man came on my Facebook page on the conversation and put a challenge out. And he didn't mean to, but he just did. He came on and said, I'm a veteran, I'm 100% disability, and I'm homeless. And the first thing I wanted to do was say, I'm sorry. And I didn't. And instead I said, you and I got to talk. And his name's Eli. And so then I'm telling the story the other day when we did the food cart show out at the fairgrounds to Chelsea Navarro, who is the woman who owns Lani Muku Grill. And I'm telling her about Eli. And she says to me, how much is it to sponsor? She goes, what are you doing? I said, well, it's not sponsored. I'm just going to do the show. Because I want to get this guy on here just because I want to do it. And she says, how much is it to sponsor a show? I told her, and she said, I'll sponsor it. So then I even messed up and couldn't get to her because I was going to have her on so she could talk a little bit. And she's busy, and she says, Rick, I'm still going to sponsor the show. Just take him down to the restaurant. So we're down here at the beer garden. Lani Muku Grill is sponsoring this show, and you guys are going to hear from this nice young man who I came down and met a little bit early. And this is Eli.
How's it going, guys?
So, and let me just kind of set you up just a little bit. I want to help this guy. So Eli has PTSD, and so it comes out in different ways, and it may come out while we're talking, and you guys are just going to be kind and nice. So you found my Get Real with Rick Dancer thing. You were kind of going through, and you didn't know who I was, did you?
Oh, most definitely didn't. Not much, but you know what? When I first I look at different podcasts, and I saw his show, and it definitely interested me. I liked his messages, and there was one time I was in the car, and I decided to make a comment, and I got a response out of that, and I appreciate that a lot. And so,
because you said to me that you're all alone,
yeah,
and you are you're living out of your car, and you sleep on different people's couches at night, and you're a veteran. You served in which war?
2008-2009 Operation Iraqi Freedom, in 2010-2011 Operation Iraqi Dawn, and home of the Big Red One in Fort Riley, Kansas.
And a bomb went off, and we're not going to talk about specifics because that's none of our business, but a bomb went off, and you are now 100% disabled.
Yes, I have a condition, PTSD and TBI, traumatic brain injury.
So you can't really work because it's messed you up.
Yes, with my condition, and what I can kind of explain, for me it really comes silent. It comes very emotional, and it happens whenever I try to keep succeeding, keep doing things like helping others, for example. When I came back in 2011 of November, the next month I went straight to work, went to Target. But through that process, about probably at least a year, I had an alcohol problem back in 2012. I had my first DUI. How to cope with it. I definitely had some benefits over here at the Federal Building in downtown, and hooked me up with going through diversion AA meetings. I didn't do it just once, I did it twice, so I could definitely know exactly what my problems were.
So you don't drink now?
I don't drink anymore since 2013.
So, but you were a hard-working guy. You're Mexican. You have a strong work ethic, and you can't get out of the situation that you're in right now.
That's correct. I've been living in apartments for at least 3 years, and even during my disability, after my job at Target, I decided to be a foster parent at the age of 24. And I did it for just the person that I am, helping another individual who needed help.
So you won't, because of your PTSD, you told me you're not going to go on drugs. You don't want to, they want you to go on to some kind of drugs, and you don't want to do it.
That's correct. And the veterans, they have some regulations. For me, I want to see a psychiatrist, and in this instance, I was needed to be on medication in order to meet a psychiatrist, which I think it's wrong. I don't need to do that.
So you can't get to a psychiatrist because you're not on the medication they want you to go on.
Right.
That's ridiculous. So you have a therapist.
Therapist, just a counselor right now.
Okay. So what's the hardest part for you?
The waiting, the turnarounds. You just keep on. For me, I'm just really looking for housing. Try to find a way to best way to find a place where I can find stability. I could be able to work in the future, because at this point I've been helping others way too much. That it's worn me down. But
Are you just worn out?
a lot.
Are you?
Every day. I mean, it doesn't stop me though.
So it's now Ron's saying Home Depot does a lot for housing with veterans. Have you talked with Home Depot?
I haven't. That's something I could definitely look towards to. I can keep that in mind.
So what do you want people to understand? I mean, we were talking beforehand. I came down because Eli is like really honest, and he said, "Rick, I'm down here and I'm nervous." And when we have PTSD,
Yeah, definitely. This is my first time of ever being in any type of platform, and I appreciate you guys having me on here. A little bit about me. I grew up and I was raised here in Eugene, Oregon. I graduated in Willamette High School. Still got my ring of 07. 07. And after high school, when I was 18, I definitely knew what I wanted to do, and that's serve my country. I joined because of what happened to 9/11. I knew growing up I wanted to be an EMT firefighter, help my people. Told my parents, like, that's my people. I want to be there to help.
So does it hurt that you served your country, you fought for your country, you basically injured yourself to the point where you are 100% disabled for your country, and you can't get you're living out of your car?
Yeah.
Good God, what kind of place do we? I mean, really? That's just disgusting.
It's the only personal space I got.
And I'm not saying disgusting to you. I'm saying it's disgusting that we live in a place like this. Michael Pence says, "Are you signed up with the Wounded Warrior Project?"
I have not heard about that project, actually.
Okay, so you guys, part of the deal here is Eli does not really know what to do next. And you've gone, I mean, you're doing your homework, and you've gone to meetings and places, but you're not getting, you're in there, you know that little red tape that happens? Yeah, you got this crap all over your body. You're red taped to death, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. And there's nothing holding me back. I don't have any evictions. I don't have any criminal history or any sorts. I just try to do the right thing every single day.
You guys, if you would continue to do this, Eli, people are putting all kinds of ideas on here for you, and you can go through here and I can connect you with some of these people. You guys, that's really what we're doing here. Is he came on my site and asked for help, and instead of saying I'm sorry, that's what we're doing. Who is Eli's personal advocate? Do you have a personal advocate?
His name is Glenn.
Okay, so he does have one. Teresa knows a lot about this stuff. So she's somebody you need to go through here and find these people and then connect with them, because these people will help you. Do you hear me?
Yeah, thank you.
They will help you, Eli.
I appreciate that. And I'll definitely keep moving forward. It's something that I always try to. For me, a little bit about me too. You know, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I grew up having a belief: treat others how you want to be treated. And the military is a whole different ball game. I know at basic training in AIT, it's definitely different. But once you get into the real Army, it's more of a family. Basic training, you know, you get a lot of slurs. For example, I think we were talking about how, for me, I'm proud to say that I'm a Mexican. A lot of people out there, they would call me names out of nowhere, and it's something that you just gotta keep rolling. Don't let names or callings affect you. It didn't, and if it ever did affect me or put me down, I would have got out a long time ago in the military. It's tough. It's tough being alone. Coming back from my first deployment, you see parents, you see uncles, aunts, dads, moms, grandpas, grandmas, fiancés, everybody getting together and loving everybody, and me seeing that, like, it was hard because I wanted to feel that too.
And you have no one.
No. O'Reilly, Kansas had nobody over there. So, but
Who do you have now?
I got my little brother, my mom. Definitely, they're strong supporters. At the same time, I still am looking for other places to live because rules, strict landlords. They don't want being there where I'm not in lease, and I've tried talking to them to see if I can stay in my mom's house or something like that, but it's unavailable. So I just go to friend's house, crash, and make the best of it every single day, and just keep trying.
And he parked his car over here on the side, and it's all full of everything he owns. And then
I got almost nothing. I don't really keep much. Items really don't mean much to me.
So what? You're kind of an interesting dude, Eli.
Thanks.
I like you, and I'm not supposed to say I'm sorry. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
But I am sad for the way that you are being treated, and not. I don't know. I don't get it. I do not get it.
You just got to keep trying. You just got to keep putting yourself out there. Even, I could have easily said, no, I don't want to do this. I've never done this before. I could have easily said that. I've had that mind come across me all the time. But it's okay. It's okay. And I'm just glad that you're an inspirational person.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
No, you are to me. The main reason I do this kind of stuff is, and I have to admit, I have to say, Eli, it's like in the news days, I would have had to call up and find out who you were and what you did and all this kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to go with my gut. And I knew when I walked in and looked at his face that this is a good guy. And I just, I'm tired of over analyzing things. And I mean, you guys, he is being so good. He's doing so well. Because he and I were sitting here talking before you guys came here, and he was just like crying a lot.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with crying.
There isn't.
No. But he is holding it together, and this takes everything he has because of the PTSD to do this. And
You're welcome.
that's Tony Weber. She's a stud. She used to work for the police department.
Awesome.
She's really tough. And you've got a lot of people on here who are super supportive of veterans and that kind of thing. If I had the money, I would give you a place. We should start a GoFundMe for him. That's a great idea. Anyone that is upset, troubled by how we treat our veterans, grab one and walk them through the process. Learn together through your love and over the anger of the situation. Teresa, can you connect with him, since you know the system, and with Eli, and kind of find out? And you saw Teresa's name on there, right?
Oh, definitely.
So if you connect with her, so how can we help? Lindsay is, she has a heart like this huge.
Yeah.
And so how can people help?
Try to find stability, finding a round of location here where I can find there's an opening, and how to get to that opening. There are definitely challenges, and I'm definitely willing to work for that point. At this point, I now choose to stay in my house because apartments, I love them to death. Trust me. I've had my share of neighbors, being courteous to others, helping. I love it. I've been a foster parent, great with kids, and it just goes to show where.
So you need mainly. You don't need.
It's way too much. Like, how you're just stuck in a box, and you're just by yourself now most of the time, and you just want to be able to make your own place a reality. I'm trying to find that.
Can the VA clinic help?
A VA clinic? I'm not really sure. I've been to the VA clinic down at Chad Drive, and things of trying to help me out with my SSDI and my Social Security, try to see if I can get those kind of benefits. They'll go ahead and walk me through and give me the runaround, find me a lawyer, but then it doesn't work out at the end. And so I just pretty much start over. I just go back there and just keep on trying. That's all I can do.
Michael had a suggestion on there too, so go back and look at this. I have to do this process for another individual, but can get you updates. Okay, and that's Teresa again, so she can get through there.
Thank you, Teresa.
So you guys are meeting, you're seeing who he is, you can find him. I have to run. Thank you again for your support. He says my daughter has internship with the VA. That's Ron, one of our sponsors and stuff. He also has a tech job. I don't know if you could do that. Can you work at all?
Work? I can always try.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a Kiefer Mazda. He's one of our sponsors, and he has a tech job open. So that's something you could contact Ron on there too. You guys, all I'm trying to do is get you connected to this guy, so that maybe somebody out there, one of us, can figure out a way to do it. This is what I do. I know how to connect people through, through this. But if you guys have, I'm just trusting that there's expertise out there that we don't know about. If he can drive, do you drive? Oh, yeah, you have a car. So you have a driver's license. Okay, I'm going to give you Ron's phone number, and maybe he can do something. He's one of my best friends. I love this guy, and he has a bigger heart than you and me put together.
Thanks, Ron.
So Ron maybe he can do something. He will, if he can, he will do something. And the rest of you guys, if there's nothing you can do, just be aware that this is what's happening.
And this helps a lot. It really does. And
how does it make you feel to know that these people are out there?
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Is that a big deal?
It is.
Why?
It's not fun being alone. I can definitely say that. All the things that you've been taught the right way and everything, it's like you come up to a certain point. You get this. So it gives me a warm feeling inside to know that I can still keep trying, I can still keep moving forward.
That's what I really like about you, is that you're not whining. You're not sitting here. Go ahead, you can wipe your eyes. That's fine. You're here just being real and truthful. And you guys, I want you to know too, just really quickly, is that when I told Chelsea Navarro, who owns the place with Lani Muku Grill, at the food cart thing, that I was talking to this guy. I said, "Oh God, do you want to know what happened to me?" I was so excited that he called, that he got a hold of me, and I said, "This guy's going to come on the show." And I said, "I'm just doing it for free because I don't have a sponsor or anything." And she goes, "How much is it to sponsor?" And I told her, and she goes, "I'll sponsor it." And then I messed up and forgot to get a hold of her. I had the wrong number because I'm old, and Chelsea said to me on the phone this morning, she goes, "Rick, I can't be there, but I'm still going to sponsor the show." See, those are the kind of people in our community that are awesome, that want to help people like this. Do you need a place to stay?
At this point, I'm very comfortable just going through, my car and just going to couch hopping and people that I can definitely trust right now. So right now, if I just work in my environment to get towards the place I want to be.
But the real answer to the question is yes.
Yes, I would say that. I want to say that yes.
You could use a place to stay.
I could use definitely my own personal space.
You know what, Eli? You can't. We're trying. We want to help you.
Yeah.
So just be really open. He needs a place to stay, and he does, Tony. So, Eli, what's your last name?
It's Macias.
And you're on my Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's easy to find. And Macias is spelled Macias. And Tony, you see Tony. So part of this is going to be your responsibility to go find these people and comment to them personally, send them messages to people that were saying things that you can do. And then maybe they could get you. Do you like dogs?
I love dogs. I love animals. My mom, her backyard, sometimes I go to her visit at least once or twice a week. She's got at least 12 chickens, 2 turkeys, 4 dogs. I love animals and respect them because I do believe they all have a soul. They have feelings. They feel just how we feel.
And Jen Barnett says, "I love you, Eli."
Thank you, Jen. I know Jen. She's awesome.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you spell your name with a Y or an I?
It's with a Y.
Is it? Okay. Most of us think of Eli as E-L-I, and when he put it on there as E-L-Y, I was kind of going, wait.
Missed you, Jen.
So she found you.
Yeah. Her and the daycare kids.
So, is there anything else you want to say to people?
Yeah, just keep trying, guys. Just like how you're doing it right now. Making magic happen. So keep moving forward.
So again, thank you guys for doing this, and for Karen, and for being safe. Like, I know I can bring him on here, and you guys are gonna, do your best. I'm not saying we can change well, I think we can change the world. I think you already changed his world. My job is to give people a voice. That's what I love to do. You just got a voice. Tony says, let's talk, might have some options for you, okay? And Tony, let me just tell you. Now, I don't know you that well, but Tony's a wonderful lady, and you could totally trust her.
Awesome.
And she'll have to check you out, and the good thing is she's a cop, so she'll know. And he already admits he has a couple DUIs. But that was years ago. One. Yeah. And that was years ago, and he's cleaned that up. So, but Tony will figure you out. My key word is magic. Yeah. So anyway, Dustin Snyder lives over in Bend, and he says, "Hang in there, brother."
Will do.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to drop out of any of this stuff. But we're glad you opened up.
I appreciate it.
And see, and I think, Eli, the good thing about that too is you're bringing us all into your world. And I think there's a lot of people that get scared and they just hide. And you're not scared, you're not hiding.
Never will be. I love this country way too much.
How often do you hear that from somebody who's living in their car? Anyway, you blow me away. This is a fun day for me. And again, I want to thank Chelsea.
Sure.
I've lost my brain right now. Miss Navarro at Lani Moku Grill for sponsoring the show, for hearing the story and being touched, and didn't even know what the whole story was, and she's still willing to sponsor a show like that. So again, we're at the Beer Garden. He's got an appointment to go to, and so I'm gonna let you go. And thanks for doing it. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you betcha. All right. So you guys go do what you do. Please post this to your page so people can see it, just to be educated. And there might be somebody out there who has an answer that we don't have on here that can help him out and do something. Get Up With Me too, former Army Marine. Michael Pence is a former Army Marine guy. So you go through here and find these people and contact them, okay?
Will do.
And check in with them. I love the look on his face, when you see humility and kindness and everything like just show up on a person's face. I don't see that very often anymore. So anyway, you guys post this on your page so people know what's going on, okay? All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.